People who pooped on the bathroom floor in high school. Why? Okay, it wasn't a bathroom floor. It was the floor of a laundromat at an apartment complex at which I lived. I was 12 and got home after walking from school, but dad hadn't gotten home yet, so I was locked out of the apartment. For the record, as a kid I didn't shit at school. Couldn't. So now I didn't know what to do, but I knew the shit was coming. I tried holding it in, I promise. I moved around, tried occupying my mind with other things, tried running. Next thing I know, I'm in the corner of the laundromat shitting on the floor. God, I'm so ashamed to admit this even 15 years later. I have nightmares about the cleaning staff or the unlucky tenant just trying to get their clothes out of the dryer and coming upon a steaming hot shit right the fuck there. I try to convince myself that they all must have thought it was a dog, but I remember, that shit was distinctly human. It haunts my soul. They saw it on the cameras and just said a prayer after every time they saw you since. You held on to that for 15 years. That is enough. You are forgiven. You should have put a newspaper, office paper, plastic bag, whatever helpful trash down first and then crapped on it. Then wrap up burrito. On my first deployment, someone took a massive shit in one of the toilets and covered it with an entire roll of toilet paper, and it stayed like that for days. Then, someone shit on top of that first layer and covered it with another huge wad of toilet paper. About 2 weeks later, someone added another layer of shit and toilet paper, effectively creating a shit lasagna. Eventually it all disappeared. I'm not sure how, but I just know one day it was gone and the madness was finally over. The very first night of my first time at Bonnaroo outdoor musical festival, me and the guys I was with walked past a porta pot, thank you, that had a literal shit mountain piled up probably a good 8 to 10 inches past the rim of the seat. Like multiple people had decided they would add to this shit heap. And when I say first night, I mean the only thing going on was getting people parked entered into the grounds. It wasn't even 10 o'clock at night. Needless to say, my friend who had a problem with porta potties beforehand lost his fucking mind and ate an entire box of Imodium. Did not end well. Was going to comment a very similar story except at a medium-sized construction site. The craziest part was there 2 other porta pot thank yous on the site that hadn't even been used. Shit lasagna, I'm fucking cackling. A few months ago I actually walked in on this person literally taking a shit on the floor. We were the only ones in there. It was a couple of hours after school had ended. I really didn't know what to do and was still for a few seconds before she started frantically talking and said something about it being an act of defiance or something and was saying she hated the school. I kinda just laughed it off for a second before leaving and going to another bathroom. I didn't say anything to her teacher because I think she was a 9th or 10th grader and I don't know her name. Definitely an interesting part of my education. I'm sure the janitor really appreciated her act of defiance. That was my first thought. If she hated the cleaning staff, then good job, I guess. Other than that, she really didn't accomplish shit. I mean, technically she did accomplish shit. True. So she didn't wipe. She just scooted across the floor leaving more streaks. In an act of defiance, of course. The ol' muddy slug. The ol' caterpillar. The bitter slide. The ol' shitter skitter. In our high school the refried beans literally looked like poop, so I once put it on the bathroom floor as a joke. It resulted in many angry Facebook posts. Are refried beans not supposed to look like poop? You should go to the doctor, or switch grocery stores. But that's where I meet my doctor. There is a mystery suspect making a mess of the bathrooms at my business right now. Not a school. Grown-ups-ish work here. Throwing used toilet paper on the ground. Pissing all over. Wiping poop on the toilet paper dispenser. They go to the bathroom with no cameras outside. But despite that I've still narrowed it down to one of about 12 people. I'll catch you eventually. Mount a discreet wireless one outside that bathroom. Go check immediately after every person uses it. One day of lost productivity thank you would be worth it. Exactly. Also, I'm wondering how he's narrowed it down to 12 people. Are there 12 regulars that spend a decent amount of time in the restroom? Sounds like it's a business office place and they probably can't set up any external cameras. His best bet is coordinating frequent bathroom visits between himself and some trusted co-workers. It's only happened I think 4 to 5 times so far, and we're talking a staff of over 150 with people moving around a lot. We're doing exactly what you suggested. I can tell it's happening early in the morning, amongst other patterns that we've noticed. They also wipe boogers all over everything. I expect a full post about this once the person is caught and brought to justice. Yes, please. I need answers. My main question is, Why? Asserting dominance in the workplace. An act of defiance. I love how posts bleed into each other.